Welcome to New Life Now. Let's give a lot of love to our praise team. Just so proud of our praise team leader, Olivia, Jeffrey, Sam, and our associate minister, Winnie. One more time. I'm very proud of them because every Sunday, The Rock is always here with her team, and every Sunday she puts in work. It's a lot of work just to get the praise here and just to be filled with the Lord. So I got a couple other really good announcements. We've raised over, so far, $2,000 for Haiti. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, the big chunk that comes from you. So we got about $2,000 and it's still coming. We just started this drive for Haiti last week. There's about like 50, 60 some odd of us right here. And I'm just going to ask if, like, at the end of today, when you leave, if you have $1 in your pocket, just maybe put $1 in your envelope. I mean, just every dollar helps, seriously. Every single dollar helps with the children down in Haiti, with so many things that's going on. What we're doing is we're grouping our entire donation, and we're sending it to a specific organization called CEDAR. And what they're doing is they're going to make sure that 100% of it goes down to Haiti. And they are in conjunction with 23 other churches and organizations that are a world relief program. So please, if it's $1, it's $1. You know, every dollar counts. And if you have like $5 or $10, whatever it may be that the Lord has placed upon your heart, there's no guilt trip, none whatsoever. It's whatever the Lord really just moves you. Is that okay? Everyone say cool? Cool. Warriors volleyball. Yesterday, you guys got the Go Cedar, Go Haiti, right? We raised. Thank you, Elaine. And all the Warriors volleyball, good job, good job. Woo! I know you guys did a fundraiser, we did an open house, and then you guys are collecting like $5 per person. Every dollar, every $5, everything counts, everything helps. And once we put that amount together, we're just blessing the people of Haiti. Another Feeble Warriors. Good job for all the guys over there. You see some of the posts. They're engaging with the homeless, they're engaging with those who are poverty in need. They're walking around blessing others with pictures and stories and just really spreading a lot of love around. I'm proud of you guys are growing in character. Really, really good stuff this coming Saturday. Who's helping with the Happy Place? Yeah, yes, give them a lot of all these, the mentor team, the dream team. Yeah, the Happy Place is really for the children within our community. These are children, they're going through a lot of stuff. And the principal approached me. The principal said, we have 100 children that need help. 100 fourth graders. And we said, oh my goodness, 100 is a lot. How about we start around like 25? She said, okay, cool. So we're starting with about like 25, and maybe we'll bring that number just down a little bit, because she said that among the kids, there are about like a dozen of these children that really have like some learning disabilities and some, like, let's say, attention deficit, hypersensitive disorder, all that type of stuff. But we want to make sure that children gets a lot of help within our own community. So we want to start from there. Here's another one. Let's see, what do I have? Hong Kong? Yes? No. Yes? So with our D154 ministry, Hong Kong, we're launching a phonics program. It's to help young children, their ages probably like 6 or 7 years old. And then we're teaching them how to speak English and to really get into the English language. These are for the children that have needs. These are children that are living in one of the poorest neighborhoods in Hong Kong. And if you could just imagine, if you're able to help a child to understand English and pronunciate and to really be involved and understand, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of work, it takes money as well too. So these parents, they don't have the money. Are you guys following? Are you guys good? Oh, remember what we did last week? Everyone breathe. Yeah, refocus. Remember where we're at right now? Yeah, we're right in front of the Lord, we're in the Lord's house. One more time. Yeah, just be still, just be calm, just relax. Let all the distractions, let it all go away. Let all the distractions out there go away. This is your best hour for this whole week. You're back in the Lord's house, you're back in the Lord's presence. Focus back on Him. Focus back on Him. This is a time that you need more than anything else. Is that cool? Yeah. So let all the distractions, let all the busyness of life, let it go. Let it go and worship the Lord. Yes, so going back to Hong Kong, so we're starting a phonics class. And we're able to try to help these children to learn English. And these parents, No, they don't have enough money to send their kids to tutoring. And so you're going to see a lot of children fall behind in school. And when a child falls behind in school, what happens? Academically, they're not going to do well. Then their jobs and their careers are going to be at a disadvantage. That's why we want to start really early with these children. Okay, is that cool? So keep them in prayer. That's a phonics class. Another thing, oh my goodness, up in Yonkers, helping with starting a Bible study for the homeless. Yay! So we're partnering with someone up there, and this lady, her name's Lottie, and she wants to start something like a compassionate ministry for the homeless. We went up there to Yonkers, we looked around, we took a walking tour, and she needs a lot of help. She doesn't know how to start this whole thing, and so we're going to come together as partners and try to help her, equip her with the training material, the teaching material, the scriptural material, and she's going to be teaching the homeless through God's Word, starting with Bible studies and passing out, let's say, dinners and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff are going on. Let's pray, okay? Let's just start with prayer first. Father, you are so good, Lord. And out of all the weeks, Father, today's a special day that you have reserved for us. And out of the 24 hours on a Sunday, this particular hour, this hour and 15 minutes, this hour and a half, it is holy, it is sacred, and you ask us to come here. Not that we praise you because you needed praise, but we need praise in our life, and we need you, Father. So let all the distractions, let it all just leave. Let us just refocus upon you, Father. And let us learn from the book of Psalms. We want to encounter Jesus, we want to experience Jesus, and we really, really want to know who you are more so, deeper and better in our lives, so that we can share this love with the world. I praise you, Father, for all of the wonderful people who continue to labor so faithfully, Father. So we thank you, Father. And I praise you for our Sunday school teachers. So wonderful to see all the parents here, and so wonderful to see all the Sunday school teachers here. And let them relax in you, let them be refreshing you, Father. They do so much good work, and we all do so much good work for our Lord. So let this hour be a time of just refocusing upon you. For you are our Lord, and you are our God, and you are our Heavenly Father. And we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. I have a short little video. May we have it, please? Came across it, was pretty interesting. Is there sound to this? Oh my goodness, there could be sound to this. Where's the sound? Where's the sound?
And toned in just minutes a day with the Simply Fit board. It's got everyone twisting and getting you into your fat burning zone.
It's so fun, I don't feel like I'm working out.
I'm Lori Grenier from Shark Tank. I like being toned, but I'm not big into working out and sweating. That's why I fell in love with the Simply Fit board. The minute I saw it, I knew it was a hero, and I did the deal so we could bring it to all of you.
You'll feel it working instantly. The secret is its unique twisting motion and balanced board pivoting action that engages your entire core, helping tone abs, legs, and your entire body, all while having fun. You can get started with as little as 5 minutes a day. Do it anytime, anywhere. Do it while watching TV. This is a great workout for everyone, no matter your age.
It's low impact and easy on the joints. And look at me, I'm 64 and in better shape than I've been in years.
I love feeling my muscles working because it feels like I'm working and I'm just burning fat away, and who doesn't want to burn fat away?
The Simply Fit board can help trim your waistline, engage your entire core, and improve your balance. It's so fun and easy.
Oh my gosh, this is so easy.
The Simply Fit board is so durable it holds up to 400 pounds, and it's lightweight, portable, and stores away easily.
Okay, lights please, enough. Question, who has a fit board? You guys don't have a fit board? Get at it, really? Seriously? Maybe a better question, who's going to go out and buy a fit board right now? Yes, one. Who believes that 5 to 10 minutes a day on this fit board, going like this, you're going to lose fat, you're going to lose weight, and you're going to be toned with the six-pack ab? Who believes that? Who believes that? 2 of you. 3 of you. For the rest of you, do you think this piece of this Fitboard, is it going to work to tone you to get a six-pack ab and you're going to lose weight? Yeah, you could. 5 to 10 minutes of this. I mean, with 5 to 10 minutes of this, I'll throw away my gym membership. Why we sweat, why we run, why we do all that other stuff? Oh my goodness.
How much is it?
$39.95 or something like this. But here's the thing, here's the catch. Thank you, Alyssa. Someone thought enough that you should back this. The lady saw the invention, and she goes, millions of people will probably buy this at $39, $40 a pop. We could make a lot of money off of this. And they are making a lot of money off of this. It's being sold on QVC. It's being pushed on QVC. So it's not just like cheesy commercial. If you're the inventor of this, that 60-some-odd-year-old lady, you're talking millions and millions of dollars. And it's not just going to be here, it's going to be all over. It's a craze. Are you guys following? Does it really work? Probably not. Because if it does, I'm sure everyone else is going to have it. And if it does work, there goes the gym membership. Why need a gym membership? Why sweat? Why no pain, no gain? Why any of that? Are you guys? I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking for this thing. Does it help for you to get started? Sure. Is there a low end? Yeah, just to get you started. But then, don't tell me 5 to 10 minutes of this. You're going to get that lean, muscular six-pack, and you're going to be in great shape. Are you guys following me? So that's a little kind of off right there. There's like some misrepresentation. So 2 things. I don't think that, and you probably got it, it's not going to be worth your Are you buying it? $39.95? No, you're not going to waste your money. It's not worth it. Are you guys following? It's not worth it. It's not really real. So my question to you is this. The God that you worship, and we all worship one form of God or another, is your God real? And is your God worthy of your worship? Same thing, once we look at this, we're very smart with this whole thing. You guys are savvy New Yorkers. You guys know when you see this, you guys say, no, I'm not going to waste my money. It's not. But how savvy are you in terms of, let's say, how real is God? And is God worthy of your worship? And what criteria do you use? You use certain criteria to say, no, that's bogus. That's not going to really work for me. That's not going to get the job done. It really requires a lot more. It requires nutrition. You have to eat properly. You have to watch your caloric intake. You have to be careful about bad carbs or good carbs. All of that stuff. So question go back. What would pass muster for you that you say, no, what the God that you worship is real and is worthy? And we're in the book of Psalms. Let's go. Everyone say, let's go. Go to your program, please. Psalms, the poetry of worship. So we're in worship. Is your God real and worthy of your worship? Is your God real and worthy of you bowing down? And what criteria could you use? Please read Acts 17:22-23 nice and loud. 1, 2, 3. Men of Athens, I see that in every way you are very religious. For I walk around and look carefully at your objects of worship. I even found an altar with this inscription, to an unknown God. Now what you worship as something unknown, I am going to proclaim to you. Take your pen. Ladies and gentlemen of New Life Now, New York City, I see that in many ways, many of you are very religious. And as I walk around Chinatown, and as I walk around and look all over, I see that there are a lot of objects of worship. There are temples, and there are many different types of idols. And I even found an altar with this inscription, to an unknown God. Now, what you worship as something that's unknown, I would like to share with you. Take a look, please. When you walk around Chinatown, you're going to come across all kinds. How do you know which one is real and how do you know which one is worthy? That's one part of today's message. And for those of you who says, no, I know who God is, I don't need to know if he's real or worthy. He is real and he is worthy. Then I have a question for those that think that God is real and that God is worthy of your worship. Do you sometimes feel you're a little lazy and complacent as a Christian, as a Christ follower? And what do you do to get motivation? We get so lazy sometimes we don't want to wake up and say, we have to go to the gym. No. You wake up Monday morning and you have to go to the gym. Many of us are going to say, what? you're not motivated to go to the gym to work out. So even though you may have a gym membership and you say, I pay, let's say $30, $40, whatever you guys pay for a monthly membership, you said that is going to get the work done. We said we're not going to spend $40 on a fit board, but I will spend, let's say, $500, $600 on an annual membership. But there's no motivation to go work out. It's the same thing. So for those of us who are Christ followers, I ask you guys these questions. What motivates you? How do you get over the hump of being a lazy, complacent Christian? And are you just coming in and out, and now here for this 1 hour, sacred hour, and leave, and then everything's the same again? So where do you find your motivation? How do you get to be motivated to not work out physically, but spiritually to grow? Are you guys getting it now? Yeah? So Paul's walking around, he says, man, I'm walking all around. I see all these objects of people that are worshiping. And he says, there's even an idol that says, if I'm going to worship everything, so now cover my bases. Are you guys getting it? If I worship everything, then I'm going to be good. So then they even put up something called an unknown God, that I'm going to worship an unknown God just in case. Are you guys following me? Just in case I don't want to miss out. So they're really, really religious. But the question we all have to ask is this: is that real? Is it worth my time? Is it real? Is it worth my time? Is that Fitbit real? Does it really do the job? No. Is it worth my time? No. You know that. So then the God that you worship right now, is the God that you worship real? Is it worth your time? And for some of you might say, yes, all this, I don't want to engage with it. It's just past me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if God is real. It does not matter if God is not real. It does not matter. Then I ask you a very, very simple question. Again, no condemnation, not hating or anything. Do you believe in karma? Who believes in karma? Raise your hands. Yes, okay, cool, very, very cool. Same thing, is karma real? And is karma worth your time? And how do you know it's real? And how do you know it's worth your time? How do you study that? Are you guys getting it now, right? It cannot just be real because we say it's real. So for God, I got 3 tests to see if he's real and if he's worth your time. First test. Apply this to your God. Apply this to karma. Apply this to every aspect of whatever you worship. Does your God pass the attribute test? There are 3 attributes. First one, please read Psalm 139:14, nice and loud. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Is your God the creator? First test. Is your God the creator? Follow me, please. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made, circle may. Your works, circle works, your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Look up, please. First question to apply. How do you know it's real? How do you know it's worthy? Is your God the creator God? That's it. Ask that question. Ask that question. Just ask that question for yourself. This is between you and your faith. Are you guys following? This is not me trying to, let's say, take my faith and what I know of it and just push it upon you. That never works. That never works. I cannot tell you go right now and say, go buy that board, it works for you. Are you guys following? You have to decide for yourself. You have to decide for yourself. So the first question, if you're discerning, you're using wisdom, and you have intelligence, you are rational, you are wonderfully created. Each and every one of you are uniquely created. And so you use your mind. It's a gift. Ask, would you worship? Is that God of yours the creator God? Ask that question. Because if that object of worship is not the creator God, then you have to ask yourself, if that's not the creator God and that object is created by someone else, then should I be worshiping the creator who created that object? Are you guys following that? Are you guys following that? Right? So ultimately, ask that question. Where do you come from? Who created you? And the God that you worship, who created that God? And go back to the source. Second question. Psalm 99:9, nice and loud. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his holy mountain. For the Lord our God is holy. Is your God holy? Is your God holy? Get your pen, follow me. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his holy mountain. Why? Because the Lord our God is what? Holy. Circle holy. Look up, please. Maybe one way to put holiness, it means a lot of different things. I'll just quickly say what holiness means and what holy is. It's something that's separate, sacred, that we don't touch, that we can't even get near. And that's why that's God, okay? It's that separateness. Now that may sound kind of like, oh, how do I get involved in that? Then another way to look at this is something much easier. Picture for me, look up please, a beautiful, beautiful woman. Picture with me a really handsome man. And when I ask you to picture with me in your imagination the most beautiful woman you could ever think of, you're looking at her exterior, outside, physical attributes, yes or no? Okay. Picture with me a very, very handsome man, chiseled, muscular, and all that stuff. Handsome man, yeah, gorgeous. You're looking at the exterior, yes or no? You have an image, right? Yes, okay. Here's what I want to lead you to. You have an image of what beauty is. I would like to ask you something. If these two individuals, they lie and they cheat, would you still say they are beautiful? Would you still say they are beautiful? Would you say they are beautiful people? If they lie, they cheat, they steal, will you still say they are beautiful? You would say no. You would say that's not a beautiful person. Are you guys following first? Are you guys following? So the true beauty of a person is in her. If the two people that I place in front of you right now, they have the characteristics that you can't even respect because they lie, they cheat, they steal, they do all sorts of stuff that you would say, that's not really cool. That exterior beauty has no meaning to you, right? It loses everything. But that's what God is. God is holy. Another way of looking at holiness is this. There's not one little speck of evil in God. There's not one iota, one little speck of dirt in God. God does not go there. That's why he's totally separate. Now, that's what holiness is. A way to look at holiness. Are you guys following a little bit now? So the question to you is, the God that you worship, is it holy? Because if that God that you worship has even a sense of evil, being a hypocrite, just a liar, someone that condones certain things like that, not just condone, but that participates in that, then is it worthy of your worship? Why would you worship someone or something that is not absolutely holy? Are you guys following me? First two criteria, is your God the creator God? Number two, is that God absolutely holy, worthy of your worship? Number three, is your God fair? Or is your God lawful? Let's put down lawful. Is your God lawful? Please read Psalm 7, 9 to 11, nice and loud. O righteous God, who searches minds and hearts, God is a righteous judge. Take your pen. O righteous God, underline righteous. Everyone say righteous. Righteous. You know my heart. You know my mind. God is a righteous judge. Circle judge. Look up, please. The God that you worship is the God that you worship absolutely lawful. Is he fair? Are you guys following? Absolutely fair. But why is this important? Will you worship, is it worthy of your worship, of bowing down to a God that kind of let things fly? If you did something wrong and it's okay, it does not matter? Or with the God that you worship says, if this is wrong, then that is wrong. And I would say that is wrong, that's not lawful. Or will your God uphold the law? Or will your God go like this? Okay, here's the law for all of us to live upon. But then, if you break it, it's okay. But he does not care because there's a favoritism, right? So if you break it, it's okay. But no. But if you break it over there, you get maximum punishment. Does that work? Would that be a God that you worship? Would that be a God that you worship? That plays favorites? It would not. Now here's the dilemma. Let's just say, for instance, the God that you worship is absolutely holy. Let's just say, okay? Not a speck of dirt. Let's just say the God that you created is absolutely, absolutely lawful, like a judge. You go to court. You have to pay the fine because you did something wrong. You ran a red light. The judge says $100 is $100. You can't pay $100, you have to go to jail. And that's the kind of judge that you want. Someone who has integrity, I guess follow me, who upholds the law. Now here's the dilemma. All of us fail, if that's the God that we worship. I guess follow me for a moment. You and I are going to go in front of a judge that's absolutely fair. And he knows my heart, and he knows all my deeds, all my bad thoughts, and all my bad deeds that I ever committed, all the things that I've ever stolen since I was a young boy. Everything, every bad word that I've ever said, every bad thought that I've ever had, he knows my heart, and he knows my thoughts. I'm going to stand in front of this holy God, and he's absolutely fair. What do I deserve? Tell me, what do I deserve? Exactly. Who believes in karma? Raise your hand. If you believe in karma, you're in trouble. Because every single thing that you've ever done in your life, what happens? Bad things will have, what's going to happen to you?
Come back.
Every bad thing that you ever done in your life, what would happen?
Come back.
It's going to come back to you. Oh my goodness. We should be scared right now. We should be scared. I saw this video, true story. I couldn't believe it. This man was inside a detective interrogation room in the police precinct. He got pulled in and he was being questioned. And the man goes like this. He raised his hands. He was sitting down at the table, two detectives, and this man goes like this. I didn't do it. God's my witness, I didn't do it. And he goes like this, up to God. So he was invoking God. Are you guys following? He's like, I didn't do this. I am absolutely innocent. Innocent. Don't put me in jail. And the detectives have all the evidence already. I don't know is he guilty or not. I'm just watching this video. And the man's just like, no, go like this. And I said, oh man, this man knows the Lord. Is he real or is not real? Catch this. Here's what happened. This man actually killed 2 people. Video evidence, DNA evidence. Absolutely, he killed 2 people. Two separate occasions on the same night. And here's what happened. Him and 3 other of his friends did not want to take a bus. Exactly. Him and his 3 other friends did not want to take a bus. So what they did was, they were at a 7-Eleven store, one of those convenience stores. It might not have been a 7-Eleven. And they waited and waited and waited until a car pulled up. And they said, that's the car. That's the driver. And they carjacked this guy. In the process of carjacking this guy, they shot this man and took the car. But then the car got wrecked. So then they had to carjack a second car. When they carjack a second car, they kill a second man. I guess following. All because then the detectives asked them, why did you do this? He goes, God's my witness, God's my witness. No, I didn't do it. When the evidence all came out, the detective said, here's all the evidence. I just want to know. You're going to go to jail regardless. You might get life if you're lucky, if they don't give you the capital punishment. For the rest of your life, you are going to jail. Here's all the evidence. We just want to know for the victims, why did you do this? Then he fessed up. He goes, we just didn't feel like taking the bus. God is absolutely, absolutely holy. You can't get away with it. And the reason he's holy, so that he could judge fairly, I guess anything. If he is not holy, he cannot judge me, and he cannot judge you. He needs to be judged. And God is absolutely, absolutely fair. And if you believe in karma, I don't know who's going to save you. I don't know who could save me if I believe in karma. I got a short little video on karma. On Cha Time. Whatever we put into the universe will come back to us. That's what many of us believe in. If you do something bad will come back to haunt you. If you do something good will come back to you. Continue. The law of creation, let's pause. Life does not happen by itself. We need to make it happen. My question to those of us, and we're friends by the way, no hate here, absolutely no hate. You know your pastor. I might speak straightforwardly, but no hate whatsoever. We're just on a journey of faith. Life does not happen by itself, the law of creation. My question to all my friends here is, who's the creator? Next. Pause. The law of what? One must accept something in order to change it. The law of humility. Okay. Who will you bow down to? If you need to be humble, who are you humbling yourself to? And what degree of humility are we talking about? Next. Pause. The law of what? When we change ourselves, our lives follow suit and change too. Who are you trying to be? You want to grow? There's a law of growth. How do you know you got there? The law of growth. How do you know when you've reached the point of growth? Because there's a certain person or a role model. Who are you trying to be if you want to grow? How do you know you have arrived? Next place. Pause, please. Pause, please. The law of who holds you responsible? Who are you accountable to if there's the law of responsibility? Who are you accountable to? If you're accountable to karma, who's that? When's that going to happen? Is karma a force? Or is karma a person? Or is karma an energy? How can I be accountable to some electrical energy? Are you guys following? So the law of responsibility, the question we ask is, who are you accountable to? Next, please. Pause, please. The law of the past, and what else? And? Or are? Who's been the beginning and who's to the end? The law of connection. Who holds it all together? Who holds it all together? And God must be eternal. God must be everlasting to everlasting. If you believe in karma, then the God that you, or the force that you believe in, must have no beginning and no end. Then everything's connected. Next verse. Continue. Yeah, continue. Oh, let's go back a little bit. Let's pause right there. That's fine. The law of focus. It says that you cannot focus on two things at the same time. That is so true. If you focus on karma, you cannot focus on any other God. Yes or no? If you focus on any other God, you will not be able to focus on any other God. So, where's your focus? Which God do you put your focus on? Next. Stop. The law of giving and hospitality. Our behavior should match our thoughts and actions. Question. Who says? Who says? Where did we get that from? Who says that our thoughts and action must match? Who dictates that? You or me? Or the God? And if there's a God who says that our thoughts and actions should match, doesn't that God hold us accountable then? Then there is accountability. There must be accountability then. If you believe in karma, there must be accountability. Next. Pause. The law of patience and reward. What's your reward? Why the word patience means you have to suffer through this life and there's a reward. What is that reward? And are you sure you absolutely will have it? Are you absolutely sure you have it? Better yet, who gives that reward to you? Are you a flower? Who sees your perseverance? Who sees your suffering? Who sees your patience? And then who offers that reward? Next. Pause. Rewards are a direct result of the energy and effort we put into. Could you all read that again, please? Rewards are a direct result of the energy and effort we put into. Thank you. Flex, please. Absolutely true. So those of us who believe in karma, whatever you put into, you get back. And all the good deeds that you've ever done, hopefully something good comes to you. And all the negatives that you put into, it'll come back to haunt you, yes or no? That's not a good feeling, is it? There's no hope behind that. Think about it. How could there be hope? Everyone say hope. Everyone say peace. How could there be peace if I know something's going to be? I stole a jar of pennies from my cousin when I was a young boy at 8 years old. Every weekend when I went to my cousin's house, I would dip my hand into the cookie jar, not literally a cookie jar, but into his penny jar. As an 8-year-old, I stole from my cousin. When is that going to come and haunt me? That stays with me all the time. I share this with you, that stays with me to today, if I believe in karma. There is no peace. There is no hope. Because there's one thing that's lacking in karma, and here's what's lacking in karma. Forget that. Let's finish today. The final attribute test. First one is your God creator? Is your God holy? Is your God lawful? Is your God love? Is your God love? Please read Psalm 136, 26, 19 aloud. 1, 2, 3. Give thanks to the God of heaven. His love endures forever. Look up, please. Is your God love? Question to all of you. Does your God love you unconditionally? Does your God love you unconditionally? At your worst? Or does your God go like this? You did bad today, you did bad yesterday, I still remember it, and something bad's going to happen to you again. The God of the Bible is the God of love. Absolutely. And the God of the Bible says this: He loves you unconditionally. Next, 1 John 4:8. Let's read, please. Nice and loud. God is love. The very essence, the very nature of God is love. I'll end with the next one. Last question. Please read Psalm 52:8. Nice and loud. I trust in God's unfailing love forever and ever. Romans 5:8. But God demonstrates His own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Take your pen. I trust. Circle trust. Everyone say trust. Trust. In God's what? For how long is His love? Forever and ever. And while we were still sinners, what did God do? What did Christ do? Die for us. Last question. Did your God die for you? Did your God die for you? Look up, please. That's it. Did your God die for you? Those are personal questions that you wrestle with in your search, in your life, in your journey. And you continue to search that. But I think that today, what I've done is to take God's word from the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms are lyrics. These are songs. These are songs. The words that we just read, these are all songs. And songs have a way to inspire all of us. And the inspiration that we get from the psalmist who wrote this is this. He shared with you that God is the creator God. God is absolutely holy. God is lawful. But, I will say but. If that's the only God that we have, we cannot touch him, we cannot go near him, and we are afraid of him. Are you guys getting that? But last attribute, God is what? God is love. And so in his grace, in his amazing grace, he looks down and he says, you don't deserve any of this goodness. But because he is love, because the essence of who he is love, he says, I'll show you my love. Because I want you to come back to him. Why did he have to die? Why did he have to send Christ to die? Because he's holy, and he's lawful, and he's love. All of that's filled in. I know all of you pretty much are ready to leave. You're like lunch. But I would like you to just think for a moment, just 30 seconds or 60 seconds before you go. Karma is hard. Karma is tough. I don't want to say the next word. You know what I'm talking about. Karma is very, very tough. Karma does not bring out love in you. Karma cannot change you. Karma is operated with fear. Are you guys getting me? Are you guys getting me? Karma is operating with fear. The fear is, I better not do that because it will come back to me. I better not do that. That's karma. And I better do good because if I do good, then something good's going to happen to me. That's a tough way to live. That's not life. The other way to live is love. Everyone say love. Love. For all my friends who are Christ followers, if you find yourself complacent in your walk, and you find yourself kind of down sometime a little bit and don't want to get up and just continue, the best thing that you could do, go back to the Psalms. That's the purpose of Psalms. That's the purpose of all the writers of Psalms. To motivate you, to bring you back to a God who's real and who's worthy of your worship. Let us pray.